2 million West Australians. 1 in 4 struggle with mental health. Real people, real experiences. So how can we make a difference in mental health in WA? Listen to these voices who have lived the experience.
There's been a lot of deaths because of depression, and people think it's not real. It is.
It's very easy for the government, easy for the pharmaceutical companies to pump people full of pills and just shove them away in the corner.
Why can I not have access to my medical records? And if I want access to my proper diagnosis, I have to apply under the Freedom of Information Act. And then if I do, a panel of people that are known to me can make a decision, either yes or no. If I'm to progress and participate as a normal functioning taxpayer, I need to educate myself on my proper diagnosis so I can access supports and services that'll help in my recovery. So in the long run, I can become I can seek employment and become a taxpayer.
Well, in the adolescent sector of mental health, there's a lack of beds in psych wards for people under the age of 16. There's, to my knowledge, only around 14 beds in the whole of WA, and from my experience, I have been kicked out of hospitals. I've been left in ED, in medical wards, when that was not where I was supposed to be in my right state of mind. There are waiting lists around 200 people long for wards because there are simply such a small amount of beds, and it's really not good enough.
I sat at Armidale Hospital for 4 hours waiting for 3 tablets because I didn't have a script, getting more anxious and more anxious and more anxious. There's nowhere safe to sit. People look at you, oh, there's a mental health patient. You're exposed constantly. There should be soft zones. So if somebody comes in with a mental health issue, you can direct them to a soft, quiet, peaceful place where they can wait for a doctor to come and see them so they don't feel panicked, they don't feel anxious, they don't become demonstrative. But there's no education. Nobody understands that it can be treated, it can be helped.
I think we need to remove the stigma around mental health, and we need to talk about it a lot more. And there's loads of campaigns, and there's loads of, there's talking about it, and then there's actually sitting down and talking about it.
I think early intervention within the primary schools and the secondary schools and that.
Yeah, I definitely feel like in schools mental health should be a much more talked about topic, because there's too many kids that are struggling in school who feel very isolated and like they don't belong because no one else around them really understands what they're going through.
It's just a lack of awareness of what common mental illnesses actually are. Mental health conditions like bipolar, schizophrenia, they're just totally misunderstood.
It's education and accepting people as people.
I think education is really the key to fixing that problem.
Like, how many people out there would have a first aid certificate versus people who would even know what a mental health first aid certificate is?
I do believe that in primary school we need to be able to have skills of acceptance, how to handle things when things go wrong.
Young teenagers need to be informed and given options to get support.
To be able to look after themselves emotionally and care for others as well.
Otherwise, by the time they're 18 or whatever and become adults, it can be much harder to recover.
Just the feeling of help, just being able to talk to someone.
At the mind, it's an individual experience and everyone needs individual help. One person might do art, one person might do surfing, one person might just like watching videos, listening to music. It's different for everyone. Like, they're treated like a person, what they're interested in.
The most important part of my recovery was finding people who would listen to me, especially clinicians, and especially people who would listen to me about my ambitions and what I want to do in life.
just talking to a friend, just being real with a friend, being like, you know, today I'm not feeling okay, and then they'll definitely like be able to help you and things like that.
Rather than put the focus on trying to cure the mental illness, to actually have people focus on what are your strengths, what do you like, what are your hobbies, and how can we help you support that. It would be really great if services focused more on that rather than trying to cure what's wrong with people.